Hey, everybody. Welcome to Kickstart with Gratitude. And I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you. A little bit late, but I hope that it was great wherever you found yourself, whatever your week held. I hope that it was just a really good one and that it was special, even if it was different, even if it wasn't what you planned or what you'd expected. I hope that it was really great. So I am, I'm really just, I've been thinking a lot over the last week about faithfulness and about God's faithfulness. And I was just actually running to the grocery store right before this because I had some stuff I had to pick up, and it was one of those days I just didn't make it there before now. And so I was just on my way back from the grocery store. So I kind of flew in the door and came running down here to get on this live. But I was listening to some music that I haven't listened to in a little while. And I was listening to Lauren Daigle's album, Look Up Child. And, I was so struck by her words of this song called I Remember. And so I'm just going to pull up the lyrics and I'm going to read that tonight because I think it's so relevant and so appropriate for us, just as followers of Christ and as, those of us who are trying to keep our heads up, keep our eyes up, and keep our focus on, you know, the things that God has done and focusing on gratitude. Hi Dan, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. And so I'm gonna read the lyrics from this song. It's called Remember, actually. Just not I Remember. It's just called Remember by Lauren Daigle. I'm gonna read some of these lyrics for you, and through the lens of gratitude, through the lens of what we've been talking about over the last few months, and just trying to stay focused on gratitude and running everything through the lens of being grateful in, even if we're not grateful for. Hi on Instagram. I'm so glad you're joining. Welcome. So I'm going to read these lyrics and then we're going to talk just a little bit about them. In the darkest hour when I cannot breathe, fear is on my chest, the weight of the world on me. Everything is crashing down, everything I had known. When I wonder if I'm all alone, I remember. I remember you've always been faithful to me. I remember even when my own eyes could not see, you were there, always there. I will lift my eyes in the pain, even in the pain. Above all the lies, I know you can make a way. I've seen giants fall and I've seen mountains move and I've seen waters part because of you. I remember you've always been faithful to me. I remember even when my own eyes could not see, you were there, always there. I can't stop thinking about your goodness. I cannot stop thinking about your goodness. I can't stop thinking about your goodness. And again, the chorus says, I remember you have always been faithful to me. I remember even when my own eyes couldn't see, you were there, always there. And I just love that song. It's called Remember by Lauren Daigle, and it's off of her album, Look Up Child. And those words, it's the first time I heard that song a few years ago. It just struck me as so powerful, but it hit me again tonight. I haven't listened to it in quite a while, and it hit me again tonight as just such a powerful reminder of how the posture of my heart should be. Looking back on this year and looking back on all that God did and all that happened. And, I was looking through some photos today on a news outlet of just the different things that had happened this year. And there's been a lot of heart and a lot of devastation, but also a lot of beauty and just remembering his goodness, even in the pain, even when we don't see a way. We just can remember, we can remember that we've seen giants fall and seen mountains move. We've seen waters part because of him. And so we can trust him. We can trust his faithfulness. And all we have to do is look back and remember. All we have to do is think about those things you know, that God has done in our lives. And, it's like the song that I released earlier this year called Monument that says, We will not forget your faithfulness in every situation. And here we build a monument so that every generation will know who you are. And that is my prayer for my own heart. And it's my prayer for you as well, whoever is listening, wherever you're at in the world. I just encourage you to take this time tonight after all the busyness of Christmas, and maybe you still have some stuff left that you need to do, some family gatherings left, but I just encourage you to stop tonight and to refocus and to think on these things. Think on the things that God has done in the past year and the things that he has followed through on and the way he has shown himself faithful, and let that lens, let that perspective carry you into 2021 with just a lens of gratitude, but also one of peace, and one that is looking to God and saying, I see it. I believe it because I've seen it. Sometimes we have to say things over and over again to our own hearts so that our flesh catches up with what we know is true and what we know is true about God. And so sometimes we need to call these things out, like, I've seen you carry me even in the pain. I've seen you bring truth even in the lies. I've seen you walk with me even in the darkness. And calling out those truths, because that's what carries us through these hard seasons. That's what's going to carry you into the next season. So I encourage you to stop tonight and to just take a minute, 30 seconds, 10 minutes, whatever works for you, and think about those things. Think on these things and, all of his goodness, all the things that he's done. And so I just encourage you with that tonight. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet here because I know that you're busy. I know that you've probably got stuff to get back to. But thank you for tuning in and for being a part of this journey. It's been really fun to have conversations with some of you on here and to just share a little bit of my heart about what God's been doing in my life and how he's been shaping our family through the lens of gratitude. And so I just encourage you, if you are not already following the podcast that I'm a host of, I encourage you to jump over and check that out. It's called the Overflow Worship Podcast, and we release twice a month. There's, I don't know, like almost 40 episodes on there now. So we've got a good bunch if you're wanting to binge listen to something, but it's for anybody, really, just encouragement for anybody in their walk. And so I encourage you to check that out, the Overflow Worship Podcast. And I will see you again here next week at 8 p.m. Central for Kickstart with Gratitude. And next week is actually going to be the last one. And so it's been really, really fun to do these gratitude refocuses. And so next week is the last one. So I'm really excited to just launch into something else. So stay tuned, keep up to date, because we are definitely going to, we're going to keep that up, and we're going to bring you new things, but in a different, just a different avenue, different time, different topic. So just stay tuned. There'll be new things coming, but the last Kickstart with Gratitude at Sunday nights is next week. So I want to leave you with Psalm 103, verses 1 through 2. This is from the Passion Translation. And this is King David's song of praise. With my whole heart, with my whole life, and with my innermost being, I bow in wonder and love before you, the holy God. Yahweh, you are my soul's celebration. How could I ever forget the miracles of kindness you've done for me? So just as we were reading those lyrics from that song earlier, now we jump to scripture, to Psalm 103. How could I ever forget the miracles of kindness you've done for me? He has been so kind to me. He has been so good to me, and I don't deserve it. But yet he's so merciful, and I'm so grateful. And so that's where this gratitude stems from. It stems from just the bottom of my heart, because I'm so grateful for all that he's walked me through. And so I encourage you to stop and express your gratitude to the Lord. Maybe read that psalm, read those couple of verses from Psalm 103, verse 1 and 2, and be encouraged that he's walking with you wherever you're at, whatever journey you're on, whatever you're doing, whatever you're facing, he's walking with you. And he hasn't forgotten, and he's not going to forsake you. He's not going to stop taking care of you now. So, thanks for so much for joining tonight. I hope that you have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central, for the last Kickstart with Gratitude. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.